The 2010s decade will be over in 4 months. What do you think people will remember this decade for? Men's styles patterned short-sleeve button-down shirts, flannel shirts, beards, high and tight haircuts. Women's styles yoga pants, athleisure, jumpsuits, rompers, Coachella attire. Don't know how else to describe this, but it's a distinct look. Music: country, mumble, hip-hop, bad repetitive pop, EDM and festivals. Tech: automation, social media, data, mobile phones, influencers. They will remember crazy colored hair, trying to dress like people in the 90s. Those old iPhones that everyone had and thought were so cool but look like bricks now. Vaping, thick eyebrows, overly photoshopped and fast-to-tune photos. Back when YouTube actually allowed relatively normal people to become famous. Duck lips, dabbing, Harambe. My generation is going to be known for wanting to die in memes. Guess we can replace generation for decade. The rise of the smartphone. Everyone has access to the internet and can voice their opinion towards the world at any moment with all the negative effects that it brings. They will remember how great summer 2016 was. Edit: I removed the comma. Edit: 2 Wow, my first medal of any kind, thanks stranger. The death of traditional media. Printed newspapers and periodicals, broadcast television and radio are fading. And while digital music way predates the 2010s, it took until this decade for pop stars to stop selling albums. They aren't tallying CD sales anymore, they're counting unique streams. People are gonna reminisce about how good the 2010s were. They may not seem good now, but just wait to see what the 20s have in store for you. Edit: I hate being right. From a video game standpoint, this is the decade of the indie explosion, esports, battle royales and microtransactions. From a cinematic standpoint, this is the age of superheroes. Comic book movies dominated in the last decade and they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Depression and memes. But really, I think mental health will be one of the biggest problems going forward, and this is going to be known as the times when it emerges a problem. The incredible rise of misinformation and irresponsible knee-jerk reaction choices on very serious topics. Didn't see it here, so I'll mention it. The Syrian civil war and rise and fall of the Islamic State. The horrific turn the Area 51 raid took, resulting in hundreds dead and the unleashing of angry captive aliens upon the world to exact their revenge on humanity. I'm just hoping that the 20s will be the resurgence of gangster suits, black fedoras, and saying things like, "I'll punch you into mush." See, the 2010s will be remembered as a decade where everyone went from chill to radicalized in a supremely short span of time. The promulgation of the internet. The 2010s saw the popularity of smartphones, which has revolutionized many industries. The internet is way more a force now than it was pre-2010. Network TV isn't a thing because of the internet. Brick-and-mortar stores are dying because of the internet. How are y'all gonna leave out the most influential trend of the 2010s? Fidget spinners. They united us as a nation in a time where our country was divided more than ever. They solved that overnight while boosting our economy to levels unseen since the POG craze of the 90s. Don't ever forget this, the beginning of automation. A ton of jobs are already automated, but this decade was probably the true beginning, from testing driverless cars and drones to entire service industries being replaced by self-service counters. This will truly be the beginning of automated industries. I'm gonna remember the 2010s as my decade of adversity. Some of these years have been the toughest of my life. Hopefully I can look at the 2020s as the best of my life. American perspective. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, it was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity, it was the season of light, it was the season of darkness, it was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair.